Hi, I'm here to talk to you today about fire classifications and basic extinguishing methods. First of all, I'm going to explain the types of fires. First of all, we have a Class A fire. Class A fire is classified as an ordinary fire. An ordinary fire is wood, paper, plastic, and sometimes rubber. Now, the special thing about the plastic and rubber is that when they liquefy, they become a Class B fire. A Class B fire is flammable liquid. Flammable liquids are also gasoline and paints and lacquer thinners. Flammable liquids will be spread if tried to extinguish with water. Next, we have electrically charged. Electrically charged is Class C. Class C is basically the same as Class A, except for the only difference is that Class C is electrically charged. In order to put out this type of fire, you need to de-energize the unit that is charging. Finally, we have a Class D fire. Class D fires are combustible metals. Combustible metals are basically almost any type of metal that ends with EM, aluminum, potassium, sodium, titanium, magnesium. We also have zinc in there. The combustible metals are accelerated by if you were to put water on them. Acceleration is basically if you were to put water on the fire itself, it would make the fire spread and get larger. Now I'm going to talk about the extinguishing methods. In order to extinguish a type of fire, you need a fire extinguisher. A fire extinguisher such as this is a CO2. A CO2 extinguisher has a CO2 inside the shell. Basically, in order to put out, this will put out a Class B and a Class C fire. Basically, what this does is the CO2 will come out of the unit and through the horn. The horn is this area right here. Usually the horn is made out of plastic and not metal because it could be used for a Class C fire. If it was made out of metal, it would conduct electricity. When putting out a fire, you need to pull the pin, aim the nozzle, squeeze, and sweep. Now with a CO2, you do not touch the horn because it will be extremely cold. Alright. Now for a Class A type of fire, you could use water. Just if there's a fire right here, I can just dump it out right there. But in any case, water is the most abundant resource on Earth, so it is still used today on fires. Another form of fire extinguisher is a dry chemical. Dry chemical could be used on Class A, B, or C fires. This one in particular is a potassium bicarbonate. Potassium bicarbonate is used for Class B and C fires and not for Class A fires. It is not used on Class A fires because it cannot smother the fire. Basically, the dry chemical will blanket the fire and smother it without using any type of moisture. The dry chemical, the sodium bicarbonate that's inside this is basically baking soda. And in the inside of this shell right here, it is filled with nitrogen, and it will expel when you pull the lever. And basically that's it for today. So I'm done. Have fun.